Hello, good morning friends. Myself Jatin Dave from Ma Ashapura English School. Today we are going to revise entire lesson number 1, real number. First of all, we remember Euclid's division lemma and use of lemma. First one, Euclid's division lemma. What is Euclid's division lemma? According to theorem 1.1 from lesson 1, a given positive integer a and b, there exist unique integer q and r satisfying a is equal to bq plus r, where 0 is less than or equal r less than b. This result was perhaps known for a long time, but was first recorded in book number 7 of Euclid's Element. Euclid's division algorithm is based on this lemma. The uniques of q and r are quite helpful in proving the result based on dividing any positive integer a or its square or its cube, etc. by a given positive integer b. In simple words, a can be taken of the form 2k or 2k plus 1, second 3k or 3k plus 1 or 3k plus 2, third one 4k or 4k plus 1 or 4k plus 2 or 4k plus 3, etc. depending on the value of b, where k is non-negative integer. HCF of two positive integer a and b is the largest positive integer d that divides both a and b. Now, second point is Euclid's division algorithm. Euclid's division algorithm is a technique to compute the HCF of two given positive integers. To obtain the HCF of two positive integers, say c and d, with c greater than d, follows the step below. Step number 1, apply Euclid's division lemma to c and d. So we find whole numbers q and r such that c is equal to dq plus r, where 0 is less than or equal r less than d. Step number 2, if r is equal to 0, d is the HCF of c and d. If r is not equal to 0, apply the division lemma to d and r. Third step, continue the process till the remainder is 0. The divisor at this stage will be required HCF. For example, use Euclid's algorithm to find the HCF of 175 and 112. First, since 175 greater than 112, we apply the division lemma to 175 and 112 to get 175 is equal to 112 multiply 1 plus 63. Here r is equal to 63, which is not equal to 0. In second step, since remainder is not equal to 0, we apply the division lemma to 112 and 63, and to get 112 is equal to 63 multiply 1 plus 49. Once again, remainder 49 is not equal to 0. Step number 3, since the remainder 49 is not 0, we apply the division lemma to 63 and 49 to get 63 is equal to 49 multiply 1 plus 14. Step number 4, since the remainder 14 is not equal to 0, we apply the division lemma to 49 and 14 to get 49 is equal to 14 multiply 3 plus 7. Since the remainder 7 is not equal to 0, we apply the division lemma to 14 and 7 and to get 14 is equal to 7 multiplied 2 plus 0. The remainder has now become 0, so our procedure stopped. Since the divisor at this stage is 7, the HCF of 175 and 112 is 7. Therefore, HCF of 175 and 112 is equal to now continue from textual example. Example number 1. Use Euclid algorithm to find the HCF of 4052 and 12576. Since 12576 is greater than 4052, we apply the division lemma to 12576 and 4052 and get 12576 equal to 4052 multiply 3 plus 420. Since the remainder 420 not equal to 0, we apply a division lemma in 4052 and 420 to get 4052 equal to 420 multiply 9 plus 272. We consider the new divisor 420 and a new remainder 272 and apply the division lemma to 420 and 272 to get 420 is equal to 272 multiply 1 plus 148. We consider the new divisor 272 and a new remainder 148 and apply the division lemma to 272 and 148 to get 272 equal 148 multiply 1 plus 124. We consider a new divisor 148 and the new remainder 124 and apply the division lemma to 148 and 124 to get 148 is equal to 124 multiply 1 plus 24. We consider a new divisor 124 and a new remainder 24 and apply the division lemma to 124 and 24 to get 124 equal to 24 multiply 5 plus 4. Last step, we consider a new divisor is 24 and a new remainder 4 and apply the division lemma to 24 and 4 to get 24 equal to 4 6 are 24 plus 0. The remainder has now become 0, so our procedure stops, and since the divisor at this stage is 4, the HCF of 12,576 and 4052 is 4. One more question from the textual example from part 1. Show that every positive even integer is of the form 2q and that every positive odd integer is of the form 2q plus 1 where q is some integer. Solution of question is, let a be an positive integer and b is equal to 2. Then by Euclid's algorithm, a is equal to 2q plus r for some integer q is greater than or equal 0 and r is equal to 0 or r is equal to 1 because 0 is less than or equal r less than 2. So we have a is equal to 2q or a is equal to 2q plus 1, where remainder r is equal to 0 and 1 respectively. If a is of the form 2q, then a is an even integer. Also, a positive integer can be either even or odd. Therefore, any positive odd integer is of the form 2q plus 1. Okay friends, now come to the next topic. Our topic is Fundamental Theorem of Arithmetic. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique, apart from the order in which the prime factor occurs. This theorem says that given any composite number, it can be factorized as a product of primes in a unique way. So, the factorization of 210 as 2 multiply 3 multiply 5 multiply 7 or 7 multiply 5 multiply 3 multiply 2 or 3 multiply 7 multiply 5 multiply 2 are all considered to be the same. Hence, above the theorem can also be stated in other words as the prime factorization of a natural number is unique except for the order of its factors. Second point is prime factorization. The process of writing a composite number as a product of prime is known as the prime factorization. For example, factors of 27,720 is equal to 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 5 multiply 7 multiply 11. Here 2 multiplies 3 times, 3 multiply 2 times, and 5, 7 and 11 multiplies once. Therefore, we can write in the exponent form equal to 2 raised to power 3 multiply 3 raised to power 2 multiply 5 multiply 7 multiply 11. Factor tree. The prime factorization of a composite number is done in the following manner. It is called the factor tree. Here, let's see the factors of 8,580 from Okay, let's see. We are factorize 8,580. First one, 2 multiplied by 4,290. Here, 4,290 is composite number. Again factorize. 2 multiply 2,145. 2,145 is again factorize. Therefore, we get 3 multiply 715. Next step, 715, when we factorize, we get 5 multiply 143. 143 is also a composite number and factorize this. Finally, we get 11 and 13. So, the factors of 8,580 is equal to 2 multiply 2 multiply 3 multiply 5 and multiply 11 into 13. Now, the relation between HCF and LCM of three positive integers P, Q and R The relation between HCF and LCM of the three positive integers P, Q and R are given as LCM of three positive integers like P, Q and R equal to product of P, Q and R multiply HCF of PQR upon HCF of PQ multiply HCF of QR multiply HCF of RP. If we find out HCF of three integers PQR, therefore HCF of PQ and R equal to product of PQR into LCM of PQR upon LCM of alternative number means LCM of PQ multiply LCM of QR multiply LCM of RP. If A and B are two co-prime numbers, then HCF of AB is equal to 1 and LCM AB is equal to A multiply B. The HCF of any two or more numbers is always a factor of their LCM. In other words, LCM of two or more numbers is always multiple of their HCF. Let's see the page from topic number 2, the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Now we see the textual example. Example number 6. Find the LCM and HCF of 6 and 20 by prime factorization method. We have the factors of 6 is equal to 2 multiply 3 and 20 is equal to 2 multiply 2 multiply 5 or 2 raised to 2 multiply 5. Then HCF of 6 and 20 is equal to 2 and LCM of 6 and 20 is equal to 2 multiply 2 multiply 3 multiply 5. Therefore, product of numbers is equal to 60 since LCM is 60. One more example. Let's see the question number 8. Find the HCF and LCM of 6, 72 and 120. Using the prime factorization method, first of all, we have 6 is equal to 2 multiply 3, 72 is equal to 2 raised to power 3 multiply 3 square, and 120 is equal to 2 cube multiply 3 multiply 5. Here 2 raised to power 1 and 3 raised to power 1 are the smallest power of the common factor 2 and 3. So HCF of 3 positive integers 6, 72 and 120 is equal to 2 raised to 1 multiply 3 raised to 1 equal to 6. Second, 2 raised to power 3, 3 raised to power 2 and 5 raised to power 1 are the greatest power of the prime factors 2, 3 and 5 respectively involved in the 3 numbers. So LCM of 3 positive integers 6, 72 and 120 equal to 2 raised to 3, 3 raised to 2 and 5 raised to 1 equal to 360. Our last point, here we discuss a theorem 1.4 once again. Root 2 is an irrational number. Our new word paper style in section number B or C always have one more question here in this type of proving statement. So it is a very important. Please understand carefully. Theorem number 1.4, root 2 is irrational. First, let us assume to the contrary that root 2 is a rational number. So, we can find integer r and s such that root 2 is equal to r upon s. Suppose r and s have a common factor other than 1, then we divide by the common factor to get under root 2 is equal to a upon b, where a and b are co-primes. So, b under root 2 is equal to a. Squaring both the side and rearranging, we get 2b square is equal to a square. Therefore, 2 divides a square. Now, by the theorem number 1.3, it follows that 2 divides a. So, we can write a is equal to 2c for some integer c. Substituting for a, we get 2b square is equal to 4c square. That is b square is equal to 2c square. This means that 2 divides b square and 2 divides b. Again use theorem number 1.3 with p is equal to 2. Therefore, a and b have at least 2 as a common factor. But this contradicts the fact that a and b have no common factor other than 1. This contradiction has arisen because of our incorrect assumptions that root 2 is irrational. So, we conclude that root 2 is irrational. So, dear friends, These are our main topics, entire lesson from real number. So please once again revise all main important points like find HCF by using the Euclid's division lemma. Second, find the HCF of 2 or 3 positive integers. Third one, to prove that root 2 or root 3 or root 5 etc. is irrational, or some application like 3 root 2 or 1 by root 2 or 6 plus root 2 is irrational. This type of questions are very important. So please revise, practice them and understand very well. I hope so you follow my instruction and complete the lesson. Next time we will be start second lesson, polynomial. Thank you and goodbye.